Yeah, he's been doing some excellent stuff. Look at this. Here, one sec. And we'll download that video. Because let me tell you, you're not going to see sea devils as good as that in the war between the land and the sea. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Oh, doing. Hang on. I know this isn't right, but as an example, frame to the TARDIS Time Girl animation, I have no idea what any of those things mean. I think he's demonstrating. Oh, hang on, this is ready to download. The video, Sea Devil. Okay. I think he's talking about a new way of doing reconstructions, but that's, I guess we'll have to go through the thread and find out. But let me download that as well. Doink. Let me grab that. It's just remarkable. I honestly, I just like this Luddite approach to it. People are like terrified of it, of AI. Another telescope upscale with of Will using LoRa. I don't know what that means. Right? I wish I did. But look at that. That's really impressive. Like, that's why I'm kind of mad that they're doing the Savages. Look at that. Oh, man, that is just gorgeous. I am sorry. That really genuinely is just gorgeous. It's fantastic. Oh. It's like I imagine it's a whole another area in the tombs like this. Like, that's more like, you know, Attack of the Sidemen tombs. It's very cool. And what's this? Another way of doing a reconstruction? Get out of here. Let me download that as well. We'll look at that in closer detail. I didn't realize that there was so much going on that he's doing right now. Man, it's really, really impressive. The video as reconstruction. Yeah, this is much better than talking about Juno Dawson. And I'm sorry, it is. Let's go back. And then we're only, well, man, this is only 9 hours ago. No. That's crazy. Really? That is cray-cray. That looks okay. We'll have to download that as well. That looks like it's ripped right out of what was it again? Not Planet of the Daleks. What's that? What's this? Power of the Daleks. It's really wild. Again, why are they making the animated reconstruction of the Savages? I don't understand. Right? It just wait until this is ready, and it's come on. How much closer can we get? It's pad. I honestly, last time I looked at it, there was just a bunch of stills. Holy shit! Get out of here! And they look like ice warriors from what's it called again? Dying Days. Man, I really should have checked this account more recently. Let me just grab that. Like how long till we can make this into a full narrative? Law Cybermen. Like AI Peter Davison. That's very impressive. I love it that that's like a new picture of him like we haven't seen before. Spare Parts by Mark Platt. Wow. It's so cool. Spare Parts is a Big Finish production. Wouldn't it be great? Like to animate that, or you make it photoreal. I would rather animate it than make it photorealistic. This is the people of Mondasser Dune becoming an army of Walking Dead. What's this one? Another iteration of the committee in Spare Parts. Yeah. Wow. Honestly, I really wish he would have gone for this, but he should have done as a Patreon, like Virgin New Adventures. Like that'll be exclusive content, and then you could totally make a book out of it. Early Cyberman. I mean, it's funny that it's so similar to the Capaldi episodes, right? Which I would think they really nailed that. Silver Turk. It's a big. I don't even remember what that was about. I think the Paul McGann story. I think set in Victorian era or earlier. Empire Glass Interior by Mike Nelson. This is one of the Matter books that is true. Yeah, look at this. Oh, just stunning. Right? It is just stunning. Yeah, this is the sort of stuff I was looking at. I thought this is where I was up to. How long ago? Is this like a day old? How many? This is like about a week old. My mistake. Oh, love it. I'm sorry, like this is the way of the future. Oh, that's a cool one. Oh, it's really groovy. Love it. That's very cool. I mean, that's really based my comment on all of this. I thought he had a groinal beam, but I didn't know someone took it from his hand. So he developed his own Cyberman, I guess. I love that he gets a low angle, right? It really gives you that cyber feeling. Lighting it right. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. I like that the comic art kind of feel to it. What's the name of the guy that used to do the covers for the Punisher and Hellraiser? Tim Bradstreet, was it? My life at your command, sire. Oh, it's just gorgeous. I'm sorry, I'm just lost in it. It's so beautiful. Oh, very hot, very good. Yeah, we all wanted this story. If we, yeah, look, Russell, why don't you do things like this? People like this. None of your weird gay crap all the time. Yeah, why don't we have a good draconian story? Oh, look at this. Oh, they all look good. Probably whine about cultural appropriation. Oh, weirdos everywhere. Cliffhanger is that must be the Spearhead from Space. And look at this though. I mean, like this is just beautiful. Man, I'm mesmerized. Yeah, no, that I feel is real art. That's crazy. And a lot better than the Sea Devils we'll be seeing from Russell. All right, these look good. Oh, man. It's like nearly comic book. Comic book by AI is really nearly here. I think that's gonna be the first thing here. These aren't so good. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're like a bit crazy scary. Yeah, what are these horror sea devils? They're just a bit silly to me. I don't know. But yeah, okay, they're getting better. This is cool though. Look at it. Oh man, I wish we'd see it again. Why aren't you doing this sort of thing, Russell, rather than your queer shit? No, more queer shit, is it? Well, okay then. That's cool. Now, is that the that's not the Seagull Eyes one? Oh, it is. Maybe it's this is the Seagull Eyes one. Oh, maybe, I don't know. He was on. No, this is it. This is one from Dying Days. It was trying to work it out. That was as much close as how I imagined it. Yeah, I like the crab-like claws. That works. Yeah, this is the future Doctor Who, because the Doctor Who they're making ain't. Right, look again. Like brand new stills we've never seen before. Fabulous, right? Just fabulous. Oh, that is good stuff. Here, let's look at some of those animations. Let's see, there's those sea devils swimming. Oh, I didn't know that sound on it. Like, yeah, I like one effect shots all done by AI now. At the very least. Oh, can you make? Oh man, can you imagine you augment like Warriors of the Deep, and it's actually good? That will be cray, right? That will be absolutely cray. There you go. Share screen. Wrong thing now. Cancel. Video file. There you go. Look, the Cybermen. Yeah, this has to be the way of reconstructions now. I think let's see if I can find the story of what's going on with that. Because it is fascinating. I think he was mapping AI over frame from the TARDIS Time Go animation, my own Wheel in Space Laura. And I don't know what Laura means though. Yeah, see if I can find. So he's done a Wheel in Space animation. Is this it? Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, fine. So let me find it. Show you the trailer. And then he mapped over it, I guess, with an AI more photorealistic overlay. And so if that's so let me save this. If that's possible, then you should be able to AI out the pretty much all the reconstructions they've done so far. Well, there has to be 3D, but again, which makes me mad they're doing the Savages. Yeah, so this is this is the CGI trailer. Well, the Willis basically doing. I think Laura is the name of the now it works.
Why?
But I don't think
I think it would be wise to lock all the airlock doors. The Cybermen are definitely on the wheel.
But if you can map a photorealistic Troughton AI over it, then you're in crazy territory. Right here. So let's have a look at that. Let's look at the Troughton he did. And again, I think we were really in like just crazy territory at that point. And look at it. I mean, the face isn't great. Technology is there, but it's like, yeah, this was much more clearly mapped over. And it is. It's a much more photorealistic. It looks... there's a lot of possibilities with this, right? A lot of possibilities. And And again, it's annoying that this isn't where the BBC's looking. Or if they're not looking there, we don't know they're looking there. Here's the other thing there. Now, what is this? This is a great reconstruction. Oh my God, I would love more of that. Let's see if I can find the story behind that. There's so many great, talented fans out there, right? It really is. So what is the story with this thing? There's no story how he did it. Honestly, I'm just endlessly fascinated by his work. I just think it's fantastic. Honestly, I do. Look at that again. How the BBC. I mean, even if you're not happy with the faces, then you can like traditionally animate the faces and have all the backgrounds, and everything else done. But it's just fantastic. This is the future of Doctor Who, because we're so close to being able to make our own. Brian Bean's here. Laura, isn't that what Silverback you say? Yeah, we have a Laura Lass. And Neville's here. That really kind of blew me away, right? That really kind of blew me away. The next thing also blew me away, not in a good way. And I think there's a lot of people involved in this next item who are also not strangers of blowing or being blown away. BBC announced the whole raft of new writers. And listen, I'm made up for Pete Matigue, right? Pete Matigue has always his crime has been intersecting with Doctor Who at the absolute worst moment possible, right? I honestly, I wish he was around in the Capaldi years, right? And seen him home there. And you've seen him kind of flounder as a writer, I think, because of it, because there's not enough pressure put on them. So this is a disaster. Really, the only way you can describe it. This is a disaster. One Doctor Who fan, and I tell you, they're on the wrong side of history. That's basically the problem. They are on the wrong side of history in this one. So Juno Dawson, like she's written books for children, telling them how to fuck adults. That's pedophilia. And look, I get it. There is a weird thing in the gay world where, I'll say the queer world, much less the gay world, where you want to help younger people come out, but oftentimes it just means you get to fuck a 12-year-old, right? You got to like balance the two, right? Anything that is like involving children actually soliciting sex, which Juno Dawson showed them in a book she wrote, is wrong, right? And it's really genuinely shocking. Inua Elums, I have no idea about him, although I did find him spewing literally a Hamas memo, right? And like, yeah, well, of course he's not going to like Israel and blame Jews for everything, right? Of course not. Without knowing anything about Sharma, Angel Waffle, I think probably I just don't see you on the pro-Israel side of any marches. All right, I see. Probably, I'm sorry, Pete, but you too, just because you're in a moronic crowd, being very comfortable with the whole from the river to the sea thing, right? I can definitely see that. So this was not greeted with like jubilee, much like everything else that happened with Doctor Who in this queer era, right? Steve said, "Oh man, can you imagine tomorrow when they find out that we've got rid of the racism, the ableism in Davros, and now he can walk because he's a bad guy, right? Oh, and then next day so everyone's like, what is this shit, motherfucker, right? And they're gonna love Yasmin Finney in the Starbies. I like the Starbies, like Yasmin Finney was like, what is this shit? What's going on? Everything they've done has been met with like people vomiting on the screen. So let's see how this went down. Shim says there are a lot of men out there, gay men out there, who are gay as a consolation prize because they couldn't be woman. That was certainly true of me. You're fucked up and weird, mate. Right? You exist. You're a real person. You claim that you believe you're a woman, and you also have a penis, right? And you dress and present as a woman, but you're very noticeably male. So, it's to me, it sounds like you're mentally ill, right? I'm not denying a reality, right? No more than I deny Christian reality that I don't believe that Christ was the Messiah, right? And I don't mean to offend anybody by saying that. I really genuinely don't. We all have a different worldview, but stop forcing your worldview down our throats, because we don't buy it anymore. We never did. But finally, we finally, Trump, we needed the most powerful people in the world to stop you bullying us. And we're not going along with it anymore. And I think this is destructive to society, and particularly destructive to children. Right? But again, Roslev doesn't care. I don't think his view, what he thought was going to happen was everyone's going to let him. People love Shooty so much, right? Oh, Shooty's they're going to capture us up because he's so charismatic and fantastic. And his dick is so big and thick up my ass. Oh, fuck, that's awesome. Yeah, Russell. And I think that's how he thought. But and then everything went wrong. Everything went pear-shaped, and it wasn't successful. It was actually a failure. It declined from its already disastrous declining state because you did more of the same. You BBC, you dumb idiot, hooray Henry fucks, right? Of course, it's going to tank even more. Yeah. But again, thought it was all going to be great. Oh man, what are they going to be more excited about? Juno Dawson or Jinx Monsoon? Oh no, you got to get out your little queer world, mate. Most people are not up for any of this shit. We're not stopping you do it. We're not saying, oh no, we're just saying keep it to yourself and don't make it an integral part of Dr. Fucking Who. Stop trying to teach my kids that if you have a penis and you want to pretend you're a woman, that it's okay. I think you're pretending, right? I think it's mental illness. I don't want you affecting my kids by it. This is not bigotry. This is not hatred. This is me loving my children, right? And I think you are wrong. I think you are on the wrong side of history. I do not think you're loving. I do not think you're kind. I think you're bullies. And again, the only reason this got on so long, because you bullied us into silence. No fucking more. And again, the trouble is, Doctor Who really needs to be contemporary. When it's not contemporary, it really collapses. And I can't think of a time when it wasn't contemporary, except now, the queer era. Even Jodie's Doctor Who was very contemporary. This has missed its time, right? Again, because they filmed this a fucking year ago. When they wrote it, Russell thought we'll be in Biden's second term, right? He didn't think the world would come out this way. Right, everything's fucking changed around. So they probably had this in plan before there was the boycott of Bud Light and Target. Or he probably didn't even know about them because it goes counter to his idea. Anyway, you see, this is not going down well. You literally chose the author of this book is gay and think that will save the show. No, this was years ago. Right, you must actively be trying to tank the franchise. I can't believe anybody would be this stupid by mistake. I think he was. So diverse. I think he's taking the piss. George Sadul is here. So diverse. I love it. I'm sure this isn't going to suck at all. This show is over. Oh, the haters missing the point of Doctor completely. You have no idea what the point of Doctor. Obviously, never listened to the word of Doctor in the classic era either. Yes, I did. I feel so. Okay, the Doctor never said have a totalitarian mass. Psychotic episode where you pretend that men are women and you try and get your children to cut off their sexual organs so they can't reproduce. They can never have families, right? You try and get your daughters to have a double mastectomy. The Doctor was never up for that weird, fucked up shit. The Doctor would say, "Oh, if you're having to have a surgical intervention to make you who you are, that's not who you are. You're nuts, right?" I feel sorry for them going through life not having any empathy for anyone. No, we have super empathy, especially for our wives and children, right? Who is not exactly like themselves, must be lonely. That guy's lonely. That guy's pure protection. That guy is lonely. Paul Byron is lonely, right? He, him, Dr. Ivan, a Star Trek gamer, father of kids and dogs. Really? I bet your wife left you, mate. I think your wife left you, right? That's what I think happened, right? So being racist is good now. So look at how people are having laughs. Oh, belt up, you ahistoric twerp. Classical was often political and never ideological. Well done, Barry Wall, right? And you know about the bloke, Dawson. Does he reply to that? Must have been the Heartless about truth. I mean, man, yeah, they're getting roasted. Opinion dismissed. Opinion discarded. I'm like, it's crazy, right? And I don't think for a homophobic man that pretends to be a woman, says Carrie. Right. The point of Doctor Who is to have the worst programmer imaginable. Juno hates more than anyone. Again, this is the overwhelming response. It's really bad. Bingo! I've just done my DEI card. This will fix the ratings. Diversity box ticked. I think it's basically fresh talent still something. I agree with it there. Hopefully they'll bring some really fun ideas. I'm excited to see where the new season goes. It's going more queer, Simon P. There's going to be more queer. That's what it's disgraceful. A lot of men, gay men, are women constellation prize. I know. All right, because they couldn't be a woman. That's Juno Dawson. Right, I love this pic from. It's a woke fest, as a great man said. Good luck, everybody. Ha! And he was a great man. He is still a great man. I like second time Mega Geek crashed the stream. Good grief, says Matthew Pounder. Activist rights, activists, not rights. That's exactly what they are. Congratulations, gentlemen, and Sharma. I know she's you don't actually identify now. What could possibly go wrong? And what's changed, Ross DD? Who whispered in your ear this time as you're easily led there these days? Again, this was from a year ago, thinking, which shows you're in personal decline. He's in personal decline in writing and show. And JD, Juno Dawson, that's not going to go down with the public. Definitely out of touch. What's he been saying? Dr. Maestro Rusty David hits out at rubbish woke script writers who are obsessed with diversity more than loving television. I mean, I do a lot of mentoring. Yeah, Russell, mate. New writers are great. Do they understand Doctor Who? Do they know how to write for television? No, none of that. No, they don't know anything, right? What's their track record? Have they written anything? No. And then you get David Dawson. Oh my God! OMG! Yeah, I mean, yeah, you get the weirdo queer crowd, right? But man, nobody's with you on this one, right? This is a tiny bubble minority, and you see they're all the ones who reply straight away, right? I gotta get in, and half of them are sock puppet accounts. Right? The people with jobs found out Reddit a little bit later, right? It's so bloody telling, right? It's so bloody telling. This has not gone down well, right? And listen to Inyo Illiams, right? He's this is him reading out a Hamas press release as if it's something real, right? And I don't know if you're anti-Semitic. I think you probably are, right? I think there is some deeply cultural, endemic anti-Semitism in the black world, right? I don't know why that is, but I think it is there. Again, Candace Owens is a really great example of it, right? And just got totally subsumed by it. Kanye West, right? Even Michael Jackson There's a real. I think there's a cultural understanding looking at black. I think there's a cultural understanding in the black world where it looks as Jews as slave masters, right, and need to be overthrown, right, as Jews are super powerful. Anyway, this is him reading literally a press release.
Israel has shown a blatant and total disregard for the protection of Gaza's medical facilities.
Well, the truth is, Gaza's medical facilities are a mass basis, right? There was an operation about 3 weeks ago, to capture a Hamas base, which was called a hospital. The commander there was the head doctor, right? How do you deal with the high number of Hamas military operatives masquerading as doctors and journalists in Gaza? Like, could you explain why that's not a problem for you, right? Because it happens a lot. Oh no, I'm a sneaky lying Jew, aren't I? Right, and you're the anti-racist.
We are watching as hospitals are turned into morgues.
The hospitals again. They are Hamas bases, and I'm glad they're turned into morgues for that reason.
Ruins.
Yeah. Again, how many hospitals do you have in Gaza? I think it's like 47. Yeah, the Hamas bases.
These supposedly protected facilities
they're not protected facilities, right? Because I will point this out. Again, I point this out every time when the British or Americans or any other modern army engages in urban warfare, they normally kill 4 to 8 civilians for every enemy combatant. Israel has achieved a number, I think, of 1.2, which is far, far higher than anyone else. That's because we bend over backwards to protect the civilians, right? What you're saying is not just a little wrong. We're not so bad. It is the opposite of reality. Of course, you wouldn't know that, right? Of course, you wouldn't know that because, fucking Jews, right? That's what you think.
Being bombed or being shot at by tanks and guns. And
I mean, is there going to be a Palestinian-centric episode? I wouldn't put it past Russell at all. I mean, look, for me, it's not so bad because I consider none of this real. This is all fanfic. Everything Capaldi onwards is fanfic, right? I think as soon as Jodie shows up, it's fanfic. And any fanfic is as legitimate as any other fanfic in my mind. This one just has a lot more money spent on it.
Circled and raided, killing patients and medical staff.
No, the medical staff, they are called Hamas operatives, and they're probably killed, and the patients are probably killed by those Hamas operatives because they couldn't give a fuck because they are evil fucking cunts, right? The hostages, they're saying that most of the time they were high, right? And they're just pure, indomitable evil. Can I find a quote from them? 1 second. By the way, bracing words, some hostages families say IDF told them their loved ones may be dead. Yes. There's 26 coming out, 8 of them are dead, right? Nobody knows. You know if you're on the list, but you don't. You've got what was it? 18 in 26 chance they're still alive, right? Trump doubles down on pros on move. Garsons, is this Egypt and Jordan would agree? If he says they're going to agree, fuck me, that's going to be incredible, right? That will be incredible. Can I find the article? It's sad. It's got moved far down the page already. Maybe it's in Jerusalem Post. No, what's that? Some good messages. I don't know, but they were talking about the conditions they were kept in. J Post. What we got here? Most mass terrorists were drugged, completely inhumane, rescued, hostages said. Yeah. Oh, this guy's such a piece of shit. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Look, I don't know if you know that you're lying. I don't fucking care, right? I don't care that you know you're lying, right? It's immaterial. And what was I just looking up? Oh, I just totally forgot what I was looking up. Oh, yeah, Jerusalem Post. It's a Chrome tab. Hang on. You move it over here. Doink. I'm going to share screen. Share screen. Doink. He was abducted. He was abducted on October 7th and was rescued from Raffront in February 2024. Hostages today are suffering from prolonged hunger. Release hostage Louis Haas said in an interview with Mariv. Mariv is a local paper, very leftist paper, I think. Hamas takes all the aid. I was there. I know what delaying the deals mean. Yeah, look, mate, we are like holding back, unleashing hell. Right? Every day increases fear, danger, and suffering. We must not wait, and we must not delay. For every passing day increases concern that in the end there'll be no one left to bring back. There's 18 left. Right? He was abducted on the 7th. Freedom and daring military operation. He described the terrifying moments of his abduction as prolonged activity and mental residence. Well, can we continue reading? There you go. Abduction. Terrorists burst into our safe room. There were 5 of us there, Ha recounted. We started shouting, don't shoot, don't shoot. They yelled in Arabic and dragged us out violently. Those who there were pulled by hair. The others, like me, who were bored, were pulled by their clothes and pushed. On the way out, I looked on the ground and saw the entire house filled with terrorists shouting, banging on the furniture with their weapons and shouting and smashing glass. The living room and kitchen were packed with men. Blimey. Can you imagine walking out to that? Ha described the devastation outside. I saw our homes that had also been broken into. All the doors were open. The yards were open and silent. They seemed to have already taken all the residents from the kibbutz captive. Someone had stolen a bicycle and tied a child's tractor to it, and there were many women and teenagers looting houses and running in all directions. What do you mean, like arrows from Gaza, I guess? And trying to enter homes along with the terrorists. It was a surreal movie. Yeah, because it's just they're peaceful. They're peaceful farming folk. The Palestinians. Gaza led through a breach in the kibbutz's fence to awaiting vehicles. The white Toyota screeched to a halt. Toyota, can you stop sending your fucking cars to them, please? And quickly loaded us amidst shouts and urgency. Terrifying. He noted the terror in Mia Lemberg, a fellow captain. Mia was in shock, utterly terrified. She was holding the dog and not speaking. Oh boy, that dog's not going to make it. But we spoke in Spanish amongst ourselves. Says, let's pretend we don't understand Hebrew or Arabic to minimize the contact with the terrorists. The car filled with weapons, mortars, RPGs, rockets, and they're all shouting Allah Akbar. They trampled us as if we were rags. Oh yeah, exactly. These people are just noble, freedom fighters, aren't they? Recalling their journey, we passed through an open gate of the military base in Sufa. There were 2 armored vehicles that were burning. It looked unreal. We continued towards Khan Yunis, where a crowd of teenagers were wielding lasers. Wielding large shears, approached the car, making threatening gestures as if they were going to cut us to pieces. The terrorists kept shooting in the air as they sped through the crowd. Communication amongst hostages were limited. I'll explain. Very little was, and only in Spanish. The only important thing was not to resist, to cooperate, and to respond in a way that would anger them. That's how we kept ourselves safe. Every door was open. We told ourselves, this is it. We've reached the final stop. At some point, the terrorists asked, "Are you Jews?" Oh yeah, because again, it's the Jews' fault, right? This was all our fault. We immediately said, "No, we're Argentinians. Messi, football, Messi." Okay. Haran captures said to the captors, treatment of hostages was varied. So there were some moments of humanity, but not the majority. Most of them were either drugged or completely inhumane. Yeah, we heard that about they are the most evil fucks, these people. The more you find out about them, the more you know. They're evil. The man in the house, for example, took care of us and made a point to reassure us that it will be okay. He said, "If there's peace between us, I'll come to your kibbutz and eat pizza at your place." That doesn't negate the brutality of him and the others, constantly threatening and shouting. They thought that situation would end 2 or 3 days, but suddenly it became long term. Yeah, well, no. Human became a lifeline between the fellow captives. So they really thought they were just going to get. What did they thought was going to happen? Sometimes we laughing whenever they said Shemaya, Shemaya, slowly, and the man said, "Go on, Shemaya." Okay, fine. He described the challenge of the dwindling resources. I cooked at first; it was easy, but then everything, canned goods, vegetables, and cheese, and they bought pizzas every day. But over time, food ran out. Eventually, Fernand, and this guy got out in February. We're sharing one pizza a day, dividing in pieces so we wouldn't finish it all at once. Well, it sounds like you had a relatively easy time of it. I've heard far worse stories. But no, you're right. It's us fucking Jews, right? It's us fucking Jews. Let's hear some more. Listen some more, mate.
The World Health Organization has documented 203 attacks on healthcare.
Okay, again, the World Health Organization, they were a little bit dodgy around COVID, weren't they? Didn't they lie through their fucking asses, right, and say it wasn't a lab leak? Right? I think they did. And then they were saying it's 3.7% mortality rate when it wasn't that at all. Right? Why are they lying? And also, look, the UN is riddled with Hamas, right? The UNRWA is the WHO as well, you think? It doesn't matter. It's only Jews, right? So let's take a shit on them.
That have led to at least 22 fatalities and 59 injuries of health workers on duty.
Okay, if that's the case, if this war is really bad, right, it's really, really awful. And again, I'll remind you, we have less civilian casualties than you English and you Americans. And I think you're from Nigeria. I can't remember if you're from South African. I think it was Nigeria, right? You said you watched doctors in Nigeria growing up. And good for you, right? Absolutely, good for you. I would say the fatality rate of civilians in Nigeria from their military might be a lot worse. Do you give a shit? No. Do you lie through their fucking arse about them and say how awful they are? No, you don't, because they're not Jews, right? That's the only fucking difference.
Medical staff, including our own, are utterly exhausted and in despair.
Maybe surrender, right? How about that for a plan? Why doesn't Hamas just... I mean, you medical staff are mostly Hamas. Why don't they just surrender? Wouldn't that be a good idea?
They have had to amputate limbs from children suffering from severe burns.
It sounds like Hamas shouldn't really start that war then. If that's what you're saying is true, Hamas should not have started that war, and they really should end it by returning the hostages and surrendering. How's that work out with you? No, it's the fucking Jews' fault.
Without anesthesia or sterilized surgical tools.
Yeah, again, have you checked the veracity of this? No, not at all. You haven't checked it in any way. It's just the evil Jews are doing it. I know you will say Zionist. I know. Most Jews are Zionists. You're saying Jew, mate. You're saying Jew. See, okay, here's the point. Anti-Semitism always attacks the primary physical identification of Jews in the world. Used to be religion, right? Now it's Israel, right? You're attacking Jews, right? Of course, you wouldn't give a shit. You're right, you wouldn't give a shit because if you realize, you'd be like, well, it feels pretty good.
Due to forcible evacuations by Israeli soldiers.
You mean forcible? When they say you better get out of here because they're going to bomb this building, right? Like if you left us, if we didn't do that, then you'll call us cunts for bombing the building without warning them. Forcible evacuations. Whoever England or America or Nigeria is fighting at the fucking time, they should be so good as to offer forcible fucking evacuations. Yes. And again, in a war, I think you just carpet bomb them until either they surrender or there's none left. Right? That's what I think you should do. Thankfully, I'm not in fucking charge. If I was in charge, I probably wouldn't be quite so extreme. Or maybe I would.
Some doctors have had to leave patients behind after facing the unimaginable choice between their lives or those of their patients.
Man, what's that expression? What do you reckon the expression "war is hell" means? I don't know. Nothing like that.
4 of our MSF staff have been killed.
I mean, yes, they were also highly armed Hamas militants. But there were also MSF stuff. Look, maybe it's got to make a living, right? There's got to be some way we can funnel the money from George Soros into our accounts. What are you, a Jew?
Many more have lost family members.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I couldn't give a fuck. Okay, at that point, I couldn't give a fuck.
Numerous other colleagues have been injured. Northern Gaza is being erased from the map.
So why are they all going back there then? Right? Again, you could have avoided, this could have ended instantly. You give back the hostages, right? I mean, or maybe you don't rape and murder and, kill children, right? I know. But again, it's a Jew. Doesn't really matter to you, does it?
The healthcare system has collapsed.
Yes, that's going to happen. Sounds like they should surrender, right? If they had any care for anyone, they would surrender. That sounds like that would be a good idea. Do they care about anyone? No, they don't. Right? They don't care about anyone because these are inhuman Hamas fucks, right? These people are absolutely and totally fucking evil, right? And these are, stupid. And I don't know what to tell you. Would I call Juno Dawson evil? Yes, actually, I would. What's the MS? M of S. What do you reckon that means? With a little horsey. Everything's got a bloody message in it. What's it? That's what M of S badge. What is M of S? What does M of S mean? Meters per second? I don't know. No idea. Yeah, I can't. Look, here's the thing, Russell. Doctor Who is mainstream entertainment, right? Most normal people, when they see Juno Dawson, go, "Ah!" Okay, remember the Munsters, right? When people walk up to the Munsters' home, dun 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 dun. They will get missed there, and they're going to deliver the mails out. They knock on the door, right? And Marilyn answers the door. Oh, hello, are you? A lovely long day. Is Mr. Monster in? I have a package for him. Certainly, I'll get Mr. Monster in. He's like, and runs away, right? That's what happens when most people see you, Juno, and I think a lot of people see you too. Pete, I made up for you. You got an episode. I just wish it was in a better era. I hope you're still around when Doctor Who comes back, right? I hope you're still around when they come back. Russell Davis says, Doctor Who takes its talent from a glittering galaxy of names. Oh, well, Russell D. Davis says it's going to be, take that to the fucking bank. We've got old hands, new stars, voices from theatre, radio, and literature. The whole works. Nobody from TV, though, right? Oh, wait, Pete Matique, I should say. It's the most wild and exciting season of Doctor Who yet. No, it's not. And it's the last season for the foreseeable future because it's got to be queer. If you didn't make it queer, it's no fucking good. Meet the writer joining Rusty Davis. Okay, we got. Do you know? Fuck, I can't even. We'll go for tomorrow. I just ew. Inua Eliams, writer and curator. Okay, whose published works include Candy Coded Unicorns and Converse All Stars. The Actual, his first play, The 14th Tale, was awarded a Fringe first at the Edinburgh Festival Theatre. The other plays include Barbershop Chronicles, which played the National Theatre, and Three Sisters, and Half God Rainfall. Okay, he says, I can long remember, for as long as I can remember television, I've been a Doctor Who fan. I started when I was in Nigeria. Yeah, who are you criticizing fucking Israel? Fuck you. Oh, fuck me. The show invited me to dream, to live beyond reality. Getting to write the show felt like it touching on. And you know what? I have to tell you, in previous years, right, I would have gone, well, let's just wait and see what they do. No, I'm done with that because I've seen what they get. It's going to be shit. Okay, it's going to be shit. It was blasphemous, humbling, and exciting. I can't wait to share my story. Pete Mategan, we know who you are, okay? Shama Angel Wildfall. Okay, tick, here's the diversity box. Originally hails from Manchester and won the inaugural Channel 4 New Writing Award. I do not trust that at all, right? I think you won that on identity. That's the way of saying New Writing Channel 4 Award. I think you won that on identity. You put those words together, AI's going to tell you you probably won it on identity. She wrote an episode of Dreamland for Sky, starring Lillian and Freemancherman, and has been in a number of writings, including Supercell, Don't Know It, Renegade Now, A Town Called Malice, and Noughts and Crosses. I'm buzzing to be part of the such an iconic show. You're not, I'm afraid, darling. This is fanfic. I am a massive Russell Davies fan, not Doctor Who. So it's a dream come true to be able to work at songwriting, especially show love. It's a real privilege. Well, you've got to check that privilege, darling. Be part of the Doctor Who family. I have loved every minute. Yeah, everybody wrote their episodes a year ago, right? It's a long time ago, right? It is a long time ago. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.